What's going on, guys? I just wanted to welcome you to the first episode of my new podcast, The Pinnacle Pursuit. Just wanted to start off by giving everyone a happy new year. Um, and this is just a new podcast that I'm starting where I'm probably going to be posting hopefully a couple times a week. The video is going to be somewhat short, around 10 minutes, because I got things to do and I know you guys got things to do. Um, so let's go ahead and start off today's video. Something I've been pondering about recently and something I've actually dealt with in my personal life is telling other people your goals and plans. Now, I know it might sound all good to run it by your family or run it by your friends, whatever big decision you've been playing with. But personally, the big decision I've been playing with the past 4 to 6 months probably has been starting this podcast. I have gone around to all my friends and family, and I've just been telling them about this awesome podcast that I'm going to start. It's such a cool podcast. I'm going to get all this cool equipment. I'm gonna really start doing this podcast because I'll be in the gym at 1 a.m. and I'll be listening to Joey Diaz and Alex Hermosi and Chris Williamson, and I just really like what they talk about, and I would really enjoy to share my own opinions on the topics that they discuss. But their response to everything I was saying was, "Oh my God, that's so amazing! Like, good job, Ronnie! Like, that's exactly what you should be striving for. Like, that's gonna be so cool." And I got so much satisfaction from the response that everybody gave me that it was sufficient enough to keep me complacent and push off this goal of starting this podcast, which I think is a real problem nowadays. A lot of people will want to lose 20 pounds or all these New Year's resolution goals. They'll want to work out 5 times a week. They want to get on this new keto diet, or they want to learn to play guitar. They want to learn to go surfing. Anything that you're interested in. But these people will tell their friends and their family and their relatives and anyone that they run into, maybe even someone who does the thing that they are hoping to do. And as a typical courteous person, that person usually responds and says, "That's great. Like, good job. You're striving for your goals. You're going to learn something new. You're going to start something new. It's great. You should always keep improving. You should never stay complacent." And then everybody just gets so much satisfaction from this interaction with these other people that they don't actually go through with what they said they're going to do. And I feel like this holds a lot of people up from their true potential. And I think there's a very easy solution for this problem, and it's just to keep your moves silent, keep your goals and your plans silent until you have produced the results in the dark, and then everybody will be so much more proud of you and happy for you than they would be if you tell them you're going to do something and then push it off for a year, because their responses of, "Wow, that's so great," has held you off until maybe they start asking questions like, "Hey, whatever happened to that podcast? Whatever happened? Like, show me a new song on the guitar," and you know nothing. So I think if you just hold those thoughts and your plans inside your head and prove to yourself that you will accomplish those things and not care about other people's opinions about them, then you will be far more better off, and you will improve far faster and utilize much more of your potential than you would. There's actually a quote that I have written down from Alex Hermosi, and it's, "There's no greater waste of time than justifying your actions to people who have a life that you don't want." So I feel like most of these people that you would be confronting aren't doing what you want to do. Like, I feel like everybody I talk to, I actually don't know anybody who has a podcast. So everybody I talk to was like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I doubt they even know anyone personally that has a podcast. So they thought it was such a big deal. Like, wow, like this kid's gonna start a podcast. And it was even more of an expression from them, like, good job, before I even did anything. So you shouldn't really be discussing these things with other people because the satisfaction will hold you back from your true potential. And that's really the gist of it. And why even discuss it with them in the first place? Maybe just to keep them like up to date with your life, but whatever it is you're going to be doing, you should really only be doing it for yourself, for your true happiness, and to see how far you can push yourself. So why does it matter what other people are going to say about it? Like this podcast, for instance, I'm doing it for me. Like, I don't care if my friends like it, like, whatever. Like, yeah, that would be great. I would love for my friends to listen to it, my family to listen to it, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I want to do it. So, that's just the first topic I wanted to talk about. And it kind of leads in to this second topic, and it's also a big problem that I'll run into every now and then. I mean, who am I kidding? There's a lot of things that I do this with that I can definitely work on. And it is holding yourself responsible and accountable for every single thing that you tell yourself you're going to do. Whether it's, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and make my bed, or I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m. and hit the gym. I'm going to eat healthy this week. Whatever it is, it could be as small as, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and brush my teeth. But every time you push something off like that, like if you don't wake up at 5 a.m. when you tell yourself you're going to, if you don't wake up and make your bed like you said you were going to, you start to not trust yourself. So this bleeds into other things in your life, like bigger goals. So if you tell yourself, I want to be a doctor one day, but every single time you tell yourself you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. and study for your medical exam, and you don't do it, subconsciously in the back of your mind, you're like, wow, I can't even do something like that. So how am I going to be a doctor one day? And that goes for anything in life. If you tell yourself in the back of your mind that you're going to be, by the end of 2024, you're going to be 185, 5% body fat, and just ripped in the gym, like so healthy and fit, and you start the year off and you say, all right, I'm going to hit the gym 5 times every week. And the first week goes by and you get in the gym 1 time. And there were 4 other times that week where you could have gone to the gym, but there was a new movie out, or Drake just dropped his new album, or your friends were going out to the bar and you passed up 4 times where you could have gone to the gym, but you didn't because you had something else that you wanted to do. In the back of your mind, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm not getting 185, 5% body fat by the end of the year. That still might be your goal. That might be what you tell everybody. But really, just because you don't do these small things, your mind is going to start doubting your own potential of doing other things. So I think people need to start small. You don't need to start with such a big goal. You don't need to base your whole life off of a whole year, realistically. Like you shouldn't say, all right, I'm starting out $20,000 net worth right now, and by the end of this year, I'm going to be a millionaire. It shouldn't start like that. It should be day by day. It should be, I'm going to get 1% better tomorrow. And every day you get 1% better, it starts to compound because you're 1% better tomorrow. But the day after that, what's 1% of 101%? It's going to be keep compounding, like you could, if I have any finance people listening, like stocks do. If you start investing when you're 18 or 20, just like $100 a week, you're going to become a millionaire far faster than a 40 or 50-year-old would become a millionaire if they invested $500 a week. And it's just something that you have to start early repetitively and continuously do every single day and continue building, because you will continue to increase the foundation on what you're building upon, and then your growth will start to become exponential. So, I mean, if you want to be fit by the end of 2024, start by just getting active 1 hour a day. Get into the gym once every 2 days. Start small and start building trust within your own mind that you will do what you say you're going to do. Because if you tell yourself you're going to hit the gym and you don't hit the gym, the next day you might be thinking about your future and you say, I'm going to be married one day, I have a stable career, I'm going to have a family of 3, and we're going to be very well off. And your mind is just going to subconsciously doubt yourself upon that. And then you start to get anxious all the time, you start to get worried, like you don't know what to do, but realistically the only thing you can do and the only thing to do is start small. Start right now and say, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to study for my test a week before my test. I'm not going to cram it all in the night before the test. And yes, I'm guilty of it. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. Like, yeah, a lot of my tests I cram right before, the night before the morning of my test. But if you struggle with things like I don't tell myself I'm gonna start a week before my exam, and I probably should, but it's not something where I'm lying to myself about it. Now, if I told myself something and I was like, I'm gonna do this, and then I didn't do it, then that's something I would need to work on. So I think that's where you need to start. If you tell yourself you're going to wake up tomorrow and make your bed, wake up tomorrow and make your bed. If you know that you're not going to wake up tomorrow and make your bed, don't tell yourself you're going to do it, because in the back of your mind, you're not going to start, or you're going to begin to start not trusting yourself, which you do not want. Because in this world nowadays, besides your family, and even sometimes not even your family, you are really the only person you can trust. So I'd say that's a big thing in keeping your trust with yourself and becoming successful in whatever you do. Start small. Well, that'll be it for today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I don't think I said this, but I'm going to be posting on Instagram and TikTok. So I'll drop those down in the comments. And if you guys could leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Thank you.